And when it comes to time management and staying on top of things, motivation isn't what is getting me through dental school. Systems and having a solid routine is what's getting me through dental school. I used to think I needed motivation to stay on top of things. I used to think I needed motivation to get me through dental school, but one thing I realized from this semester is that motivation is temporary. Eventually, it'll fade or come back in waves, but having a solid system, having a solid routine, and just sticking to that is what's gonna get you through some of your hardest time, through anything, through life. You know, there's this thing when you have a system, you feel like you're not depending on just living spontaneous. You're not living spontaneous when you have a system. You have a routine and you have something that works. It prevents fatigue. You know what to do. You know what you're gonna do next. You know what's coming next. You're not just living life willy nilly. For example, for me, what I did was I would time block every single thing. Every single thing I was doing, I knew what I was doing tomorrow. I knew what I was doing Thursday. I knew what I was doing Friday. You know, and having that helped me live life a little less stress because when you don't have that level of organization and you're going through something like dental school, it's just so tough to stay on top of things. Even with having that level of organization, having time blocks and writing everything down, there are still a few times where I missed assignments or I was behind on things because life never ended. There was just so much to do. I had a heavy schedule. And also, one thing that I want to say is you want to implement having rest days, like going to the gym, taking care of your mental health, having non-negotiables. I started off having non-negotiable and having things that help me stay me, but I didn't time block it well. I decided to push everything aside and just focus on school, which led me to burnout, which I can talk about in another video. But definitely creating time for the things that you love, the things that make you you, is also very important when it comes to staying on top of things, staying motivated. Having a system just takes away the stress. It just really just helps you. It helps you in so many ways. I feel like for a lot of things that I want to do, if I didn't have a system, if I wasn't time blocking things, and if I wasn't organized, I would have just fallen apart. Another thing is people think having a system is so overwhelming because they think of it as just having a bunch of things at once. No, the way you build a system is you have a base, things that you already have to do, and then you slowly implement things week by week. You might add one thing one week and then add another thing the next week, and then all of a sudden your schedule is filled up, but in a healthy way that's manageable for you because you've already built that routine of doing it every day to where it's not as hard. But yeah, if you guys have any questions on other things regarding building a system, staying motivated, anything productivity, just leave me a comment in the description and I can make a video and talk about it. Peace.